Welcome to Side Notes. I'm here at the Diversity Expo, a red carpet at the Liberty Ground here in Toronto. We're out and about. We're talking to the lady that won the Leadership Award. Thank you so much, Janet Ecker.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here. I feel quite honored to be this year's recipient.
And you are also a CEO of a financial company.
Yeah, well, it's a public-private partnership called the Toronto Financial Services Alliance, and it's a partnership between the City of Toronto, the Province of Ontario, the federal government, and the financial services industry. So banks, insurance company, pension funds, and it's all about building Toronto as a global financial services center. So more jobs, more businesses, more investment, and it's really important for our economy in this region because the financial services industry has been a great success story for Canada, and it is growing and it is providing very good, sound, high-income, high-skilled jobs which support the economy. So it's a good news story all around.
We interviewed the gentleman who's the president of ACTRA, David Sparrow, about a couple weeks ago, and he was mentioning that the financial industry is the #1 employer here in Toronto, and the media is #2. With that question in mind, with the financial industry, how is it going to help, let's say, improve maybe the everyday life of the Toronto people?
That's a really good question because about almost 20% of the gross domestic product, the GDP, the economy, rests on and gets support from the financial services industry. So the companies are big employers in this region. There's over 300,000 direct and indirect jobs that depend on the industry. So it's not just a financial company itself, but it's all of the suppliers. For example, financial services technology, or law firms, or consulting firms. So there's a whole network, as we like to say, a cluster of jobs that depend on the financial industry. And what we've seen in other jurisdictions with the great, the global recession, the global financial crisis, we saw what happened in European capitals, in the United States, when the financial services system was not sustainable and strong and safe and managing their risks appropriately. People lost jobs, people lost houses, the economy tanked. It was a very serious outcome in many, many countries. Canada did not have that. We didn't have to experience that because our financial industry here is well run. It's considered the safest and soundest in the world for 6 years running now. So for those of us who obviously are employed there, but for all of us who have savings accounts or mortgages or our pension investments, that means a lot to, as I like to say, Mr. and Mrs. Front Porch. So that industry needs to be very stable, very sustainable, very strong to grow for the benefit of all of us in this region, this province, and this country.
And what is the, looking forward on everything, what kind of improvements can you see happening within the financial industry that's going to benefit not only the capitalist side, but even the ordinary people, let's say in 10 years' time?
Yeah, well, what we're hoping to do is to continue to have the industry grow, to hire more people, to have more support vendors and support services so that we can increase the number of jobs in this region because there are many people who have skills, who want to contribute, and so we hope that the growth of the industry can make sure that those people have and continue to have jobs. But the other thing too is that as we all get older, we're all worried about our pensions and retirement income support. So we want the industry to be able to grow and meet those demands as well, so that through savings accounts, pension accounts, whatever, that we're able to meet the needs of ourselves, our children, our parents, and as we get older, in retirement income programs.
And quickly, your website?
Well, it's tfsa.ca and Toronto Financial Services Alliance, and we are a very unique organization. Just think tax-free savings accounts. Works every time.
Thank you for your time, Janet.
Thank you very much.